What's poppin', guys? I'm back again for my second YouTube video. This is rather exciting still. All very still new for me. I've got my hot black currant drink, and I'm here keen to share a little bit with you guys about my life. Not because my life is particularly interesting, I can assure you it's not, but I am right now at quite an interesting position in my life, and so I'd like to share a bit about that with you. So obviously, one's life is rather complex and there's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to keep this video within about 7 minutes. So I'll just be giving some broad brush strokes, but I'll also be trying to keep it real, down to earth and open and vulnerable. And that's what this channel is all about. So let's get right into it. So I am a 27-year-old Christian man who is doing his PhD. Very briefly, I'll just, for anyone who's interested, my PhD is about improving the efficiency of reinforcement learning algorithms for controlling the navigation of mobile robots. I might make some future videos about that if anyone's interested. Just let me know. I probably won't unless you say so. So let me know if you want to hear more about it. Anyway, I chose to start talking there about my PhD because my PhD has been very hard. It's been the bane of my existence for the last 2.5 years, and I probably have a year and a half to go, which will be 4 years total, which is a long time. And it's a long time because I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at coding. If you see in the background, there's some code, and then there's the lo-fi that I code to. So it's been a struggle these last 2.5 years, and it's really caused me to question. I've been questioning a lot, why am I really doing this? Is this really for me, or is this not for me? How can I know? And deeper questions like, who actually the heck am I? And what does God really think about what I'm doing? What do I have to offer? Where am I going in life? What do I really want in life? Am I really on the right path? How can I know I'm on the right path? And I'm not only wanting to find answers to these questions, but I want them to be coherent, consistent. Because, if they're not consistent, then they're not true. Because they all have to work together, or else they can't be true. So, yeah, for example, like what if I believe that I am going on this right path for the right reasons, but actually God has a different opinion? Then I'm going down the wrong path. But yeah, that's just an example. And so, I've just found myself needing more assurance that I'm going down the right path, that I'm going down it for the right reasons, and that it will, because if that's true, then I know that, if I'm doing it for the right reasons and that God is with me in it, then it'll pay off and it'll be worth it. So there's been quite a bit of struggling with that. There's also been, in my life at the moment, a bit of struggling with mental health. It's been a bit up and down, which I'm sure the PhD does not help with. But, there's stuff that lingers from my past. It's not just from my present circumstances. And so I'm seeking to be set free from fear and from my past. I think the fear probably comes from attitudes that I've let build up from my past. But, as I've said in my last video, I'm starting to take a more active stand against fear, against negative attitudes and negative thinking and the emotional baggage that I've accumulated from my past. And as a part of this war effort for freedom, I've just started getting some psychotherapy, which is pretty sweet. I'm very excited about that. I had a couple of sessions just on Monday, a couple of days ago, that I'll talk about in another video. And yeah, it's really great. I'm very keen to talk more about that and let you know how that whole journey goes. But yes, not everyone would say on a YouTube video that they're getting psychotherapy, but um, yeah, I'm just keen to be very open and honest on this channel. That's what it's all about, really. That's why I started the channel. And I just don't care. That's just where I'm at. Woo! So, on a slightly happier note, I've also been thinking about my greatest desires, what are my hopes and dreams for the future? And in the past, I would have said that probably a lot of that would be to do with getting a good job, a job that pays well, that looks impressive, probably part of it, even if I might not have admitted that. But recently, I've been realizing that all my deepest desires are relational. I want to have deep and enjoyable relationships with like-minded people who I share common values and goals with, and who I can pursue those goals with. Because or else it's like, why the heck are we friends? Are we doing something or nah? And so this kind of applies to my relationship with God and my friends and any future spouse that I may come to partner with. Yeah, and so in terms of how that works with my relationship with God, I really want to be in a place where I know God intimately and deeply and powerfully, where the relationship really shines forth in my life, where it's like people looking into my life will be like, wow, that's a free life. That's a life that's being transformed by God. I'd love that to be the case. Which I think that a lot of people can't. A lot of people wouldn't say that about most Christians' lives, which I find sad, very sad. But yeah, I want to know also like why God has made me the way He's made me and why He's put me here on earth. I often feel a bit different from other people, but I think that God's made me for a particular reason. He's made me very special. And I want to know how I can best contribute to God's work based on who He's made me. And as I just said, before, I do want to get married. I want to get married to the right person. I want to have a life partner who I can pursue the higher calling of God with. Not a partner in crime, a partner in the sublime. Isn't that lovely? I just love the sound of that. Yeah, no, I want to find someone who is also keen to invest their life to help Christians break free from the chains that are holding them back, whatever they are, so that they can be free to enjoy life and love and serve people as Christians should be. Because it's one thing to be a Christian, and it's one thing to be a Christian who's set free. And one is a better testimony about who Jesus is than the other. Both are Christians, both know God, but there's a big difference, and the world needs the second type. So yep, that's me. That's my video. It ended up being 10 minutes, okay, but that is what it is. So I'm keen to hear in the comments, what you guys would like me to talk about. I'm keen to talk about anything. I don't care. Let's talk about whatever. I'm even keen to do some research. It's a good excuse to not be doing this stuff. That's my salt lamp. I love my salt lamp. Anyway, yes, I'm going to make more videos. Tell me what you want me to put in them. The next video, I think I'll talk more about getting therapy and what that's like, what I learned about myself, and what that's like as a Christian, because there's definitely a taboo. Most Christians would probably be ashamed to say that they were getting any form of therapy, because it's meant to just be you and your Bible and God, which is false. So I'm keen to talk. Love you guys. And bless y'all.